Well taken.
Either way, GMs have their flaws. But Steel will face the Soul Reaver Scott Starr, winner being crowned the new television champion at Remembrance, which is this week's pay-per-view. And so then we have a hardcore singles match for the RCW Outlaw Championship #1 contender, Jason Michaels. His first match with the company, I believe.
I think so.
And first or second, but regardless, basically, I mean, that's a pretty nice way to start off your tenure, but unfortunately, he got the draw of facing Pimp Daddy Thompson.
And yes, 40 ounce. It is Pimp Daddy. It is Pimp Daddy Thompson. 40 on his show was like, I don't know what the fuck PDT stands for.
Well,
so
PDT,
so now you know.
Taking
Pimp
care
Daddy
of his
Thompson.
business and is the new #1 contender for the Outlaw title. And, well, 40 ounce is going to have to see him at Remembrance. Because him, 40 ounce, and the current Outlaw champion, Genetic, had an epic battle in which Genetic still comes out on top.
But then after the match, 40 ounce attacks Genetic and steals,
like the thief he is,
and steals the Outlaw title. And that motherfucker is going to pay at Remembrance.
So, 40 ounce, Genetic, and Pimp Daddy Thompson for who could be the new winner of the Outlaw Champion.
Also on the card, you had a pretty big victory for Megaton in a triple threat match against Jacob Jacobs, the Jack, if you will.
And I guess you could say that the Jack met a dead end.
A dead end.
Megaton taking care of business as he has his entire life here in RCW.
He took down the Jack. He put the Jack in the Mega Lock. The Jack was reaching for the ropes, and the Jack tapped out.
But
the Jack loses.
The Jack does lose, and the Jack is going to have to go back to Glasgow, Scotland, and just figure out what the Jack wants to do with the Jack's career.
I mean,
I'm sure the Jack wasn't happy by meeting a dead end.
And where was Fongoulet? I believe you started to ask that question.
I was just going to ask that. I mean, the man who basically spit on Marcus Williams' grave and almost put him out of business at one point. Now comes to RCW when Marcus Williams is gone, and then really you don't see much of him in this matchup, and you have to wonder if his heart was actually in it. I mean, personally, I think the Jack and Megaton are below Fongoulet, and maybe Fongoulet felt the same way.
I think Fongoulet, sooner rather than later, is going to enter himself in the World Heavyweight title picture. But as it goes right now, he just kind of went out and he laid an egg in that triple threat match, and there's really not much else. There's not another way to describe that.
And then finally, we get into the Renegade Royale semifinals.
What is it?
Renegade Royale. Of course, you know by now, the winner will be crowned king of RCW and will get a world title shot against possibly Big Tomsini. Payback 2 in November. Justin St. Clair versus Chris the Raging Machine Cage. Now, Cage again makes his grand entrance, and then maybe seeing visions of grandeur, like hanging out with Lil Wayne in the game, and just loses all track of the match and gets counted out. I mean, for a man with such hype, I mean, the man's had so many title opportunities, and finally he seemed to be ready to take this title chance, and then he blows it.
Well, he knew that his exit was going to take about 20 minutes. He just got an early start in the middle of the match, and Justin St. Clair
St. Clair, don't sell the guy short. I mean, since changing his name from Stardust to his regular name, man's been on a bit of a hot streak.
The Hollywood Hitman.
Indeed he is. I mean, member of the Axis of Anarchy, which I believe is now resurrected.
You have to guess that.
Now that the Tomsinis are returned, and Tomsinis bringing the Axis of Anarchy back to prominence and reestablishing themselves as the most dominant stable in RCW.
Except this time they may actually be the most dominant.
Exactly. So Justin St. Clair advances to the finals of Renegade Royale against the winner of Jacoby James Jackson and Scorch, and this one ends in a double countout.
Justin St. Clair wins.
Justin St. Clair.
He's going to payback.
Is the new king of RCW. Not so fast. Jake Adonis will not have any of this. He comes out being a great general manager, knowing what the people want, and decides, fuck countouts. I want to see clear, definitive finishes to all these matches. Let's restart them all at Remembrance. So Justin St. Clair has to face Chris Cage once again. And then Triple J versus the Devil Reborn, Scorch, that has to occur once again, except with clear-cut winners. So I suppose that there'd be no time limits, no disqualifications, basically no rules. We have to see a winner. And then the two men who advance out of those matches will face each other later at Remembrance and officially crown the king of RCW.
I definitely agree with this move. I want to see the king who gets it and he earns it. I don't want to see this crap where, oh, you know, the other guy just screwed himself out of the title by staying out of the ring too long. I want to see clear, definitive victories, like you said, and I want to see the king earn that crown.
So then, of course, we alluded to it earlier. The main event, or so we thought, a main event match that should be at a pay-per-view, and we get it on Showdown 29 here, between Xavier and Xanders and the uncensored superstar Rory Blaze.
What are they
second
thinking?
Match since returning to RCW. And the fans got a treat here. And Kelly Tomsini, once again, interfering in Triple X's matches, as she always seems to do, delivers the low blow to Controlled Chaos. And Triple X has the match won, correct?
It's pretty much all Triple X throughout this. Powerful punches, right jabs, fist drops.
But he couldn't win. In the middle of saying, what did he call him? The Chosen what? As opposed to the Chosen One.
The Chosen what?
Seems to have lost his head, showboated too much, and the veteran Blaze takes advantage of Triple X's big ego.
I mean, he just goes after him. He drops a knee on him, and that was it. He got out of there.
I mean, a knee to the face will take out any man, right?
I mean, Rory Blaze is one of the toughest superstars in RCW, winning matches with headbutts, knee drops. You know, why even bother with the Rory go round? If you don't need it.
When just such basic moves can knock out your opponent, hey. So then we find out that because Rory Blaze won this matchup, he is automatically the #1 contender for the world title. So he will go on to face Big Tomsini at Remembrance, and let's run down the card for Remembrance. And it's going to be a great one.
I think this is going to put RCW back on the map and help them turn the corner, become a top federation once again.
Couple new faces. We get a newbie battle royal. The Stickman, the G-rated Juggalo. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I'm not
sure.
from Detroit. James the Fire Blaze. If he's anything like Rory Blaze, he's going to be great.
Absolutely.
And then you get Amy Kachira trying to hold her own with the men in this ring. Jason Michaels gets a little bit of a demotion after being in a #1 contender spot. Now he's just in a battle royal. And then, of course, the late, great Sean Taylor.
And 40 ounce, you are just plain sick for cracking jokes about...
What did he say? Did he say, like, he'll probably get shot down in the match? That the 4 people just bust in the ring and shoot him in the knee or something?
No, actually, it wasn't anything to that degree. He just said, Sean Taylor, I thought he was dead.
Oh, so
but I was
did I
offended.
take it a little too far?
Yeah, you took it farther than I could have ever imagined.
Well then, I also, breaking news, exclusive, right here, the only things that you can get on Renegade Radio, because we are the premier show. There's another new superstar just signed. His name's Jesse the Light Camberton.
What is this guy going to bring to the table? Have you done your homework on Jesse?
Jesse the Light Camberton stands at 6'1", 320 pounds, and he's a bounty hunter. And Jesse the Light, strangely, carries a toy lightsaber with him to the ring.
A toy lightsaber?
A toy lightsaber. And that's what he uses to collect the bounty of his opponents. Now, don't think of him as a joke, because the guy means business. I've seen some of his indie work. He's pretty good.
I'll take your word for it.
So time will tell on what we see from Jesse the Light Camberton, and we'll see if maybe he gets thrown in at the last